this is Run the Numbers. My name is Jason, and the video you're watching here with me now is part of the Run the Numbers channel, but specifically, it is a video on the warm-up series. So if you're new here, what does that mean? Well, it means you're seeing yours truly do a walk and talk on the go, in motion, as we navigate through the sunny, the beautiful, lovely and amazing streets of Los Angeles, California, where yes, we'll have some road noise and some bumps and some other challenges that occur as we are recording outdoors, but it's all well worth it to have a lovely backdrop and be in motion, get the thoughts going so that we can talk about an amazing topic related to personal finance. And today's topic is a great one. Today we're talking about giving. And I'll fully admit that I haven't talked enough about giving. In fact, I haven't talked at all about the topic of giving. I haven't done that yet. And this might then very well be my way to rectify the situation and to begin to talk about giving. Now, giving can take many different forms and flavors to it. And that's to say you could, in fact, be giving money and be giving in a financial sense. You could be giving your time. You could be giving your attention and energy and support. So there's so many different ways to give. That's part of the equation of all this here. The other thing to mention is that there's many different reasons to give. Now, whether that's for more social reasons or moral reasons, perhaps it's even religious reasons. So what comes into mind then is something like tithing. All of this is part of the picture as well. So that's to say there's a lot that goes into giving. And my area of focus here is to kind of have us slow down and really think about giving. Obviously, I want to encourage more giving in whatever form and fashion, for whatever reason that you might be doing it. I think that's very important, and I want to encourage more giving by, in fact, pointing out, in today's sort of message, is that giving is often framed as one-directional. I simply give you money. I simply give an organization my time, perhaps by volunteering. I might give my support or provide some energy to a cause. That's to say I have this one-directional way of the flow of it out, and it ends there. That's sometimes the thought or the framework, the framing of the giving. Now, that's very well said for what it is. That's fine. But my point, and again, this is to encourage more giving, is to simply point out oftentimes it's not the case that giving is just in one direction. The giving comes back, it returns, and oftentimes for what you give, you get by orders of magnitude more in return. So if that's not reason enough to mention, I'll kind of provide maybe some good, well, at least one good example. But before I do that, I realize I want to take something of a break from this and just simply realize I would be remiss if I didn't mention this video is part of the 100 videos challenge. So yes, let's take a little break. Let's tell you, if you're not familiar, what that is. This video is one of 100 videos that I am creating and then publishing up to YouTube for all of the internet to enjoy. And the challenge part of it is that I'm doing that all in 100 days. So yes, for 100 days in a row, I am publishing a video to YouTube, and that is so that there's a quick pace of creating and publishing these videos, so that all these videos form something of a library, a whole lot of content for you, my wonderful audience, so that there's a lot there to help you on your personal finance journey. Now, of course, there's all kinds of videos out there already by other YouTubers, and other resources. So I'm not trying to say this is the be-all and end-all, but I wanted to do my part to make a whole lot of videos and have a whole lot of content that I know for sure that I've put in a whole lot of effort to make it helpful to you, for you along your personal finance journey. Okay, now that we took that quick little pause, that normally is part of the introduction, we're gonna continue on and mention about giving, and simply remind us here now that the message is that giving doesn't have to be this one-directional, even transaction. I kind of hate to, I just like very much to frame it in this way of giving as a transactional, but for some it is. But I just want to say, giving can very well be something that flows, back and forth, and thereby is, I guess, then bi-directional. It will come back, it will return, oftentimes far greater of what comparison of what you gave comes back far greater to you in return. Okay, let me give one chief example to really drive it home as to what I'm talking about. Now, for those of you who might be saying like, oh, I'm not in a position to give, I'm not all that wealthy, and I'm very busy, I'm constantly working, that sort of thing, I'm gonna give a pointed example here to mention that it's very valuable to give your time in possible volunteer type opportunities. And so the example I'm giving is in fact when I did so. And the example is simply that I met my now wife when I was volunteering. I met at a particular volunteer event, and I'm very happy, of course, that I met her. I'm now a happy husband, and I would say the volunteer opportunity that I sought out for was really intending to be something of one-directional. Like I didn't really expect anything in return, and then I got far more out of it, having of course met now my wife, and being extremely eternally grateful that I had that opportunity, and that I now stand to benefit, being very happy in my marriage. So that might have kind of gone in a direction that went pretty lovey-dovey, and might have turned into something that many of you might not have expected right there. Kind of steered maybe even away from what you could have thought to expect from a personal finance video. But it relates into the fact of giving and volunteership, and there's just a lot of value that you can get in all its shapes and forms, a very real example that giving your time, which of course is very valuable, could result in something that you benefit tremendously in the end. Okay, so I'm gonna leave you there. I'd love to see in the comments possible ways that you, members of my wonderful audience, possible ways that you have benefited from giving, and whether that could have been in a financial sense or volunteer, something of an example that I gave. I'd love to hear the ways you gave, and then you had some kind of that giving return to you in some form. Okay, so please make a comment, and I'm gonna leave you there. Gotta run.